For the moment many people have been waiting for. Caitlin Clark has dropped her signature logo for her product line. This just happened a few minutes ago, and it was a long time in the waiting. Many fans were wondering where Nike has been with any Caitlin Clark merchandise whatsoever, but developing a signature logo and a signature shoe does take time. So without further ado, here is Caitlin Clark's official Nike signature logo.
Nike sales just exploded after Caitlin Clark's new logo reveal. What was supposed to be just another merch drop turned into a cultural earthquake, one that shook the sports world, Wall Street, and even her rivals. But what's really behind this frenzy?
It's simple, yet it speaks a lot.
I love it so much.
I'm a big fan of it. Simplicity is the best. I like the design. Nike always does great with design, so I'm a huge fan of the logo.
From A'ja Wilson's emotional reaction to billion-dollar projections, this story goes far beyond basketball. It started with a single image. Nike finally revealed Caitlin Clark's official CC logo, two sleek interlocking Cs that instantly became the talk of sports.
So lads, we gotta talk about this hilarious thing from Nike. We gotta talk about it. So Nike released Caitlin's logo and they released a shirt. I think the logo's growing on me. I don't hate it. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like the LeBron type logos. I still stand by the Angel Reese logo's better, but it's 100 times better than the A'ja Wilson logo.
The reveal wasn't just online hype. Clark gifted her entire Fever team her signature merch, and Nike made sure fans got in on the action too.
It looked like Nike has officially released Caitlin Clark signature merch. And just like we reported yesterday, the logo has dropped. And I'm here to tell you, they dropping some merch too. Now you can pre-order Caitlin Clark signature t-shirts, man. Nike wasted no time in getting the ball rolling for the Caitlin Clark brand.
Every fan who showed up to the arena that night walked away with Caitlin's first logo shirt. In her own words, Caitlin called the logo a dream come true.
Statement says that the two interwoven Cs reflect Caitlin's connection with the fans around the globe, and the smaller hidden C represents how Caitlin's game was built from the inside out. And a quote from Caitlin says, "To me, this is more than a logo, it's a dream come true." But a lot of people do like it. They are like reading heavily into the design. One person says the way it resembles a three-point line in the middle, clean lines, minimalistic, there's a touch of sophistication and a hint of elegance we see resembled in her own personal style. Not too flashy, it's not working too hard.
She said people always talk about leaving their mark on the game, and this was her way of doing that. Fans didn't just cheer, they rushed to buy.
It looks really unique, you know. I think it's very creative for Caitlin Clark to come up with something like this. And I just enjoy like all of it, you know, it's like aura.
We love it!
The shirt sold out almost instantly. Pre-orders opened, but most fans couldn't even get one in time. Nike wasn't just selling a product, they were selling a movement. But what made this moment even more dramatic was the reaction. Reports say A'ja Wilson was emotional, even in tears, after the announcement. Why? Because Nike had released her shoe earlier this season. It was supposed to be the headline moment for the WNBA. Instead, Caitlin Clark's logo drop completely stole the spotlight.
And Nike finally decides to get into the Caitlin Clark business as they have officially revealed Caitlin Clark's signature CC logo, merchandise coming as soon as October 1st, and there is an Easter egg in the commercial dropped by Nike that could give us an idea when her signature shoes will be released.
The timing wasn't an accident. Nike rolled out A'ja's shoe at the start of the season, then saved Clark's logo for the peak of playoff buzz. It created a clash, 2 stars, 2 products, but one clear winner in the eyes of the market. Fans immediately noticed the contrast.
People think it's very clean and sharp, and a lot of people are critiquing it, saying it kind of looks like a Gucci ripoff or like a Coco Chanel ripoff, and that it's lifeless and boring. When really it's hard to tell what a logo is going to be like until it gets placed on the shoe or the product. Like the A'ja 1 logo here is kind of just a weird logo by itself. It seems very like asymmetric, but once you do see it on the Asia 1 shoes, it doesn't look that bad. I saw someone comment how right in the middle right there, it's like kind of like a snake eye, very like Mamba mentality. But regardless about how anybody feels about it, the second these things drop, they are going to fly off the shelves.
Asia Wilson is a proven champion. Caitlin Clark is the rookie rewriting the game. And Nike's strategy made the rivalry even more personal. This wasn't just a logo drop, it was a message. Caitlin Clark is the face of the future. And the numbers? They're staggering. Clark's limited edition Kobe-style sneakers, released in fever colors, sold out in minutes. The $190 shoes instantly hit resale markets for double, some pairs climbing as high as $800.
If you are hoping to get your hands on the Caitlin Clark version of Nike's Kobe Bryant sneaker, you're out of luck. They are out of stock. The WNBA star teamed up with Nike for a player edition of the Kobe 5 Pro Tro, decked out in Indiana Fever colors. You see them on your screen. They dropped at 10 a.m. Monday, and they sold out before 11 a.m. In fact, in just minutes. The $190 kicks are already showing up on the secondary market at close to double the retail price.
Nike stock surged after the reveal, jumping 3% in a single day, part of a 17% rally that analysts say was fueled by the Clark effect. Sneaker insiders project her future shoe line, set for 2026, could generate between $100 million and $150 million in revenue. That would make it one of the most successful basketball sneaker launches in years, not just in the WNBA, but across the entire sport. Even Clark's jerseys are breaking records. In 2024, her Indiana Fever jersey became the second best-selling basketball jersey across both the NBA and WNBA, trailing only Steph Curry. Her merchandise sales jumped over 1,000%, an unheard-of number for any rookie. Nike isn't just cashing in. They're repositioning Clark as a luxury athletic brand.
Now, I've been pretty vocal about this. I believe they're turning Caitlin Clark brand into a luxury athletic brand. Hence why the logo looked eerily, this is just my theory, to the Gucci logo. But I will say this, though, it is a unisex logo. You can tell by how the logo is designed. You can tell by how the logo is made. It is definitely a unisex logo. And guys, I'm telling you right now, this is big time for Caitlin Clark and her brand, and for Nike to finally be getting the ball rolling on this thing. It's completely legendary.
Analysts compared the CC logo to Gucci or Chanel, saying it carries international weight. This isn't just a player, it's a global icon in the making. And that's where the story gets even bigger. Nike marketed Clark's CC logo as an international symbol. They want it to sit alongside the Jordan Jumpman and the LeBron crown. The WNBA itself is booming, projected to surpass $1 billion in revenue this year. Much of that growth is credited to Clark, who has become a one-woman ratings machine. Games without her average just 414,000 viewers. Games with her? Over 1 million. She doesn't just boost her team, she boosts the entire league. And now, Nike is putting her logo everywhere. Billboards in Indianapolis, murals outside arenas. Fans in China, Italy, and Germany are already lining up for pre-orders. The Caitlin Clark effect is no longer just an American story. It's a global movement. Of course, not everyone is on board. Some critics called the logo boring, a ripoff of Chanel or Gucci. Others said Nike waited too long, fumbling the bag with Clark. But those voices were drowned out by the numbers. The logo tees sold out in hours. The Kobe PEs vanished in minutes. Nike stock jumped. Investors are already calling this one of the smartest moves the company has made in years. Clark's logo didn't just silence critics, it exposed them. Nike has finally embraced the obvious. Caitlin Clark is their golden goose. Her logo drop was just the start. The full CC merch line arrives October 1st. Her first signature shoe comes in 2026, and if early numbers are any indication, they will break records. Caitlin Clark isn't just moving sneakers. She's rewriting what's possible for women's sports. Nike sales exploded, A'ja Wilson reacted, and Caitlin Clark just changed the game forever. But what do you think? Is this logo the beginning of her Jordan-level empire? Drop your thoughts below. And if you're still watching, comment Clark Effect to prove you're part of the movement. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories shaking the sports world.
What the hell is going on? Like, what is going on? What the hell is going on? We are literally out here. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. It's a disaster. It's just an all-around disaster. But this is here. There was no timetable for Caitlin Clark to play, so it's impossible to say if it was impacted.
Caitlin Clark just shocked the world with her biggest announcement yet, and nobody saw this coming.
Official. It is a PR nightmare for the Indiana Fever. I gotta tell you, the Indiana Fever have got themselves a problem. They got themselves a real problem after, of course, we found out that Caitlin Clark suffered yet another injury literally 2 weeks to today ago.
The face of the WNBA, the rookie who's carried the Indiana Fever, the one who dragged sold-out crowds into arenas every single night, has decided to step away from basketball until April.
Yeah, I think when the injury happened, like, it was pretty frustrating considering, like, I knew what the coming days were going to hold for myself. But I feel like dealing with that, and then also just like trying to look at it in the most positive manner that I can, and being a part of this, and that wasn't going to be taken away from me. Is sure, maybe I'm not able to play in the games, but I can still be here and participate. I think just it all comes back to having good perspective on everything. Certainly there's frustration and a little bit of sadness.
That's more than 200 days without the league's brightest star on the court, and fans are absolutely stunned. Social media erupted instantly. Theories started flying. Some say it's about recovery from the brutal hits she's taken all season.
Now it's time to report on that August 7th ankle injury. Question before we even get into it: what were the odds that the Indiana Fever would miss the playoffs prior to this season taking place? Just a there's so much fishiness going on in this league, and you just sniff around a little bit, you can tell. What is the payout for somebody who bet, the Indiana Fever with Caitlin Clark, with a new head coach, with all these new additions? What's the payout if they just, surprise, miss the playoffs?
Others believe it's about her future in the league. A few even speculate it could be tied to endorsements or bigger opportunities beyond basketball. But here's the real question. What does Caitlin Clark's shocking announcement mean for her career, for the Fever, and for the WNBA as a whole? Let's start with the facts. Caitlin Clark just revealed she's shutting it down until April. No overseas ball, no off-season 3-on-3, no grind at all, just rest. That decision is nearly unheard of for a WNBA rookie. For years, players have relied on overseas contracts to earn money and stay in shape. But Caitlin, she's making a statement. And when you look at her workload, the choice makes sense. Clark basically played an NBA-length season in her rookie year. 81 games in just 324 days, nearly 3,000 minutes logged on the floor. She carried the Fever night after night while dragging the entire league into the spotlight. The numbers are insane. Still, fans didn't expect this. She's the biggest storyline in basketball, and now she's pressing pause. Her decision has sparked debates everywhere, from Fever diehards to league executives. Is this a career-defining move, or a risky step back at the peak of her popularity? Of course, this decision didn't come out of nowhere. Caitlin has been dealing with more than just the workload. She's been the target of brutal treatment on the court, shoved, hacked, and even tackled to the ground with referees swallowing their whistles. Fans have been screaming about the double standard all year. When other stars like A'ja Wilson drive to the rim, they get the call. When Clark takes the same hit, silence. Her last game against the Connecticut Sun was a perfect example. She dropped 25 points and dished out 9 assists in a playoff war, but still absorbed foul after foul with no protection. At one point, she was straight up tackled, and shockingly, no whistle blew. Fans online summed it up. someone explain how that's not a foul? Oh wait, it's because it was Caitlin Clark. The controversy didn't stop there. During the same game, a heckler went after Clark non-stop until she finally pointed him out to security, and he was escorted out. It showed she wasn't just battling defenders and referees, she was fighting for respect from the crowd, too. Meanwhile, rivalries are heating up. Alyssa Thomas blasted Fever fans after the game, complaining about slurs and disrespect.
And taking care of business. What does it say to the professionality of this team that you've been able to shut out the noise?
Honestly, it's been a lot of nonsense. I think in my 11-year career, I've never experienced the racial comments from the Indiana Fever fan base. We had her face on a serious matter that happened in this world, and it's unacceptable, honestly. And there's no place for it. And we've been professional throughout the whole entire thing, but I've never been called the things that I've been called on social media, and there's no place for it. And
Angel Reese, who tackled Clark earlier in the season, now benefits from Clark's absence. With Caitlin gone, her biggest roadblock to a championship is suddenly out of the way. The league may not admit it, but everyone knows this decision shakes the playoff landscape and shifts the spotlight. And that brings us to the bigger picture. What does Caitlin Clark's shocking announcement mean for the WNBA? The truth is simple. Clark isn't just another player. She is the storyline. Every ticket sold, every spike in ratings, every viral highlight reel this season had her fingerprints all over it. When Clark played, arenas filled up. Networks cleared primetime slots. Social media exploded with logo threes and no-look passes. She single-handedly gave the WNBA the cultural moment it's been chasing for years.
Caitlin pulls left wing, the right wing, 30-plus feet. Logo crosses over, launch it. Oh my goodness! She is back. 24-18, Fever down. Caitlin down from the right wing, 30-plus feet. Good again! No one else but Caitlin Clark. Sedantis, handoff, Caitlin from the logo, crosses over, launch it. Oh my goodness! Are you kidding?
The most dynamic player in the game. 9 points in 38 seconds for Caitlin. She hit all 3 threes. And not only 9 and 30, but look at the depth on these field goal attempts. She's certainly feeling it.
Now she's gone for more than 200 days. That's not just a hit for the Fever. It's a crisis for the entire league. Sponsors invested millions banking on her star power. Broadcasters built schedules around her games. Fans tuned in just to see Caitlin. And suddenly, that draw is gone. The pressure now falls on stars like Angel Reese and Aja Wilson to keep the momentum alive. But let's be honest, no one has proven they can generate the same buzz. Clark's absence leaves a hole in the WNBA's spotlight that will be nearly impossible to fill. Yet, there's another side to this. By choosing rest over relentless grind, Clark is showing maturity far beyond her years. She's prioritizing her body, her mind, and her long-term legacy. Instead of chasing short-term checks overseas, she's making the smart play, protecting her career so she can dominate for years to come. And in a league where burnout is real, that decision might be her most powerful move yet. Caitlin Clark's shocking announcement isn't just about basketball, it's about power. It proves once again that when she steps off the court, the entire WNBA feels it. Her absence will reshape ticket sales, TV ratings, sponsorships, and the balance of power across the league. But make no mistake, this isn't the end. It's the reload before the storm. When Caitlin Clark returns, the hype will be bigger than ever. Fans will count down every single one of those 200 days, waiting for her comeback. And when she finally steps back onto the floor, the WNBA will light up all over again. So, what do you think? Can the WNBA survive without Caitlin Clark for over 200 days, or will the league struggle until she returns? Let us know in the comments below. And if you're still watching, drop Clark 2025 in the chat so we know you're one of the real ones. Because if you think this announcement was shocking, just wait until you see what Caitlin Clark does next.